All right, I'd like to welcome you to this edition of In the Conference Room with Mark S. Lee. I hope you're sitting back and enjoying whatever you're doing this day. Just sit back and enjoy. Obviously, we're heading to the holiday season slowly with Thanksgiving right around the corner. You know, this is your source for information as we talk to business leaders from across the great city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, as well as across the country. So don't forget to spread the word. Conference Room has been around for several years, and we appreciate your support. All right, without further ado, I'm so pleased to welcome a Detroit leader, a business leader who's doing some wonderful things in the city. He's been doing it for the last several years with a special organization, a special event. I'm going to have him share that with you again. Jab Turkeys, Mr. Harry Todd. Harry Todd, thank you for joining me in the conference room. How you doing?
Good morning, Mark, and to all your listeners and viewers. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to share what we do. And feeding families is what we do. We started this organization with hand to mouth 2018, and now we have an 18-wheeler now.
You got an 18-wheeler.
Yes. I mean, it's the faith of a mustard seed, right? We just kept growing. You kept messing up and saying, wait a minute, we can do more. We can do more. We can do more. And Mark, we're going to be pulling up to Walmart on November 22nd in an 18-wheeler and other vehicles, trucks, because I didn't want just to have thousands of turkeys. I got to have pallets of canned goods now. And we'll go into that later on, but I'm just so proud of what we have built, how the community has just embraced this Jive Turkey Detroit mantra. And but the need is greater this year.
Yeah.
My phone is ringing off the hook. My emails, people are submitting submissions on Jive Turkey website, and they have a different sound in their voice this year, Mark.
Mm. You know, let me back up for a second. You made an interesting comment, and we were just chatting before we started the conversation. I guess I've been interviewing you for Jive Turkeys for 5 or 6 years now, and you said this started back in 2019. Is that correct?
2018.
2018. So talk about two things. One, the evolution of Jive Turkeys, and number two, the growth in terms of the demand. How have you seen the demand over the last 6, 7 years? Obviously, over the last several years, as it relates to Jive Turkey, in terms of people helping you out, but also in terms of the need that people are looking for help.
Well, great question. Let me start in the beginning. Jive Turkey Detroit was started by an encounter I had at the grocery store with a mom and a couple of kids. They were in line, and you know how children are wanting things. The mom's like, "Nah, put that back, go back." Kids being kids. And I was in the line with them, and I just felt the need to quietly, privately make contact with the cashier and say, "Hey, I'll take care of their food or their groceries." They didn't know what it cost. I didn't care. I did. I felt great after doing that. Until I hit the threshold of the store, Mark. I said, I helped out one family, but there's thousands more who might need this kind of assistance. So I kind of shared that story on social media. And man, the people were reaching out to me. Hey, Harry, let's do something. Yeah, let's do something. Let's do something. I was like, okay. So we did something. And I was like, oh my God, we need a name. Yeah. We need a name. What are we? So, I have a marketing background, and I was like, I don't know, struck a lightning, I guess, came up with the name Jive Turkeys Detroit. And the first year we did 50 families, and we shopped for each of the collard greens, the dressing, the patty pies, the rolls, broth, We stopped for all that. We had our location filled with grocery bags and a turkey in front of us. We were like, man, we made it. We helped out the community. It was great. It was a logistic nightmare. But anyway, next year we did like 125. COVID 2020, we did 600.
Mm.
And that's when we adapted. The Giant Turkeys Detroit is a nimble SWAT team focused on feeding families. So we go where the need is. We don't have a lot of organization, no overhead, but we want to fill the gaps where we can, right? And that year, 2020, gas prices were sky high for everything, and we decided to pick Davis Brothers Shell Station that was on 7 Mile Drive. We did a gas drive that year. Man, we had cars lined up up and down out of drive, man. But we made a difference in the community. Could we fill up everybody's tank? No, we could. But maybe that $20 that we gave every person, every driver, maybe they would get to work for 2 days. Maybe they'd be able to pick up their families or something. But we like to make a difference, and then we get out the way. And then we kind of assess where we're going to move next. We also, I'll do like some random shopper, Oprah, Harry Todd, Oprah type stuff where I'll go to a grocery store and just start at the counter, like swipe my card and just leave. Swipe my card and leave.
Mm.
We get a lot of fun out of doing that. We've done that at different places, locations on the east side of Detroit. And but it's just seeing people's faces that they smile and say thank you. That's all I need. That's all I get. I mean, I don't have it all, but whatever I do have, I'm able to give it for the benefit of somebody else.
And so in 2024, how many families did you help? How many families did you help last year?
Last year, 3,000 families, and we like to say 30,000 people because each turkey feeds between 7 to 10 people, right? So we are legitimately able to say across the state of Michigan, 3,000 families, which equals 30,000 people, according to USDA guidelines. Some people like me might need more of a turkey, but bottom line is those are the guidelines we follow. And this year we're trying to do the same thing. It's been more difficult this year. We've had some reticence to push back on sponsors for different reasons, as well as people have been. Those who are charitable will always be charitable, but people are suffering, man. And those $25 donations that we used to get, we're not getting those this year. Because people maybe are losing that $25 to put gas in the car or get food on the table. Things are trickling down, and it's impacting us tremendously. But we're going to make it.
But you have a lot of the economic uncertainty. I've been spending a lot of time talking about across various media outlets. Certainly, the economic uncertainty with inflation and people are slowly, they're just trying to look at the dollars, quite candidly.
Yeah.
And let's unpack that challenge. I know that you pulled me over one day recently. We were having a conversation, and you mentioned a couple of the challenges. I'm assuming that's one of the challenges. But what are a couple of the challenges that you're confronting this year as relates to helping these families? I think it was in terms of is it broadening the reach beyond Detroit? Is it just using the Detroit name? Okay, what are some of the challenges that
that's
you're
a good
also
point.
addressing? Yeah,
that was some of the information I got back that they thought our reach was too limited to Detroit because our name is Detroit. I'm not ashamed to say we're Jive Turkeys Detroit. Period. It's like the Detroit Pistons, Detroit Lions. They represent. Their name is Detroit. They represent the state of Michigan. We're across the state of Michigan, the Jive Turkeys Detroit. We're based in Detroit. I'm not going to run from that fact. A lot of information I got was that a lot of times if a sponsor wants to see a family, it means giving a family a turkey, smiling down on an 8-year-old. I'm not going to do that. There's nothing to be happy about. I know for clicks and shares and likes, it might make good media fodder. We're going to do it another way. We protect a person's privacy, their dignity, their humanity. I want to put myself out of business. I don't want us to be around another 2-3 years because I want us to eradicate this issue we have with hunger, food insecurity, things of that nature. So we've had some challenges this year, but we're going to overcome them because the sheer will of we are doing something good for the benefit of this community. And it's coming up in a couple of weeks, but I'm confident we're going to make it. I got some great partners. First Independence Bank is a partner. Rocket Community Fund is a partner. We're thankful for both of them. Detroit Bridge Company is a major partner. Mm-hmm. Last year we did the entire school district of Mount Clemens last year. This year we're doing the school district of Mount Clemens again. So they're a great partner as well.
That's awesome.
So we have some foundational partners. So I'm not going to ever talk about what I don't have. I'm going to uplift what I do have. We have people like yourself who are uplifting or sharing or cascading our message out here to the world. We're thankful for you and your platform and many others. Bodman Law Firm is a huge partner. So we do have some heavyweights behind us, and we have the community. We have the citizens of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan behind us. So I'm proud of that. We have Rochester Christian University this year as a partner.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. So we're moving, and I'm proud of that. We have some strategic relationships with people who I don't have to go begging hat in hand. They're like, hey Harry, how much money do you need? I'm like, well, how much ink is in your pen? So, but I'm just proud of what we have done. Our entire team. We have a great relationship with Love Only organization out of that's based out of Detroit, TV Lounge with the irrepressible Tree Graves as the owner. He just opens up his doors and says, "Hey man, Harry, it's you all for today," And we're so pleased with that partnership. And guess what? We're going to be partnering. As we're coming out soon with the J.Mo Williams Foundation.
That's incredible. The young Detroit Lions, for those of you tuning in, may not be aware, outside Detroit, plays for Detroit Lions, wide receiver.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
We are going to be feeding people at a restaurant on Thanksgiving Day, the giant turkeys. So we're moving, we're touching the right people, and I just can't wait for it to happen. But I wish I could have 2 semi trucks of turkeys, but also the turkey supply is limited too. That's another challenge that I'm working with. The price per pound is higher than I paid last year. That makes those are the components that really make my job much more difficult. We are getting our turkeys this year again from Walmart. Thank you to Walmart for working with us. And in Detroit, Detroit Bridge Company, through their trucking company, are supplying the transportation back from Walmart to our distribution too. So thank you.
So I got to ask you. We know the need is great. It's been a challenging year, obviously, with now coming out of Washington D.C. in terms of federal funding, and for example, the SNAP program. It appears will be moving forward, depending on obviously the votes. And D.C. is not a political show, so I'm not going down that path. But I can only imagine those types of challenges have continued to also increase the need for you. How have you been able to deal with that factor, that issue, that challenge of the resources coming out of DC to a certain extent have been very limited? You have a lot of families in need, and we're going through that challenging time of the year.
Great question. What's interesting is that There are people who know what SNAP means now that never talked about SNAP in their
Mhm.
life. It's a shame. It's a shame that it's now on the tips of everyone's tongues. Talking about supplemental nutritional products, food products. Supplemental. That means secondary stuff, you know? We can't control what happens in DC. We deal with the brunt of what does not happen. I look at the babies walking to liquor stores, grocery stores, party stores with those ubiquitous black bags, getting their dinner for tonight. And that might be some sugar or salt laden type product. This is what there's that's their sustenance. And they're the direct, they're touched directly by the politicians playing politics with people's lives at stake. We're talking about families and food. What would Jesus do? I mean, I'm not no biblical scholar, but I mean, doggone it. We're talking about food. I'm trying to mimicking Allen Iverson. Food. How do children learn if they're hungry? Why is Billy falling asleep in class? Billy might have to deal with his younger brothers and sisters. Billy might have to make breakfast with little or nothing. I don't know. But these are systemic issues affecting the United States and its claim to be a great country. I do think it's a great country, don't get me wrong. But baby, we have some large crevasses. The tale of two cities, the haves and have-nots. And I want to be that bridge. I want to be that bridge. And I want to, I always say, people say, oh, you're, you're giving, and I want to say, I am giving hope to people because I want to show them compassion. I want to show them that someone cares about them. And it's simple for me, but at the same time, the need is so great. I mean, I literally, if I had two semi trucks full of turkeys, I could give them out too.
Yeah.
So
You know, here,
we're in the brunt of what's ever happening. We're on the front lines here.
two things I'm hearing. One is the fact that you're keeping this Detroit focused. Obviously, there's a great need in the city. That's awesome. Number two, Harry, I hear the passion. I can hear and see the passion. Obviously, hearing you and seeing you, that this is truly personal for you,
Yeah.
and really just trying to get back to the city that made you, and quite frankly, just giving back to people who are in fact in need. Before we segue into the particulars and the details of when and where everything's going to be taking place, I got to ask you on a little bit lighter note. Wait a minute, tell me about this truck, man. It's this 18 wheeler, right? You got an 18 wheel. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. Last year was the first time we
That's
needed.
awesome.
Well, I mean, 2 years ago, excuse me, man. A Mr. Ken Dobson, a name you know very well, was very instrumental in making this happen. We've had some great partners. He had the truck wrapped in holiday paint or whatever they wrapped it with,
Mhm.
and his team has been just remarkable. The drivers, they have the truck driver, then they have a couple of support guys in a huge pickup truck, right? And they just been just solid. They are great men and women from that team, and it's a surgical operation. You should see it, Mark. We're in the back of the warehouse. The high-low beep 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 beep. They're picking up turkeys. They're go ahead. I'm sitting here like trying to get out the way. Hoping nothing falls on my head. I'm like the journal, like proud man. And there's a science of loading the truck. Who knew? You have to load it. You have to distribute the weight properly. How high the pallets are. Things way above my pay grade. I'm
Where
a
do you where's the, where and before I forget, where's the where do you keep it? Where's the warehouse?
we go to the Walmart Supercenter in Kent, out where near you.
Oh,
So we'll be there on November 22nd at 6 a.m. So if you want to come
okay,
out,
I was sounds like give us the details before we wrap up. Give us the details,
yeah.
everything. How can people help out? When is everything going to be taking place? All yours. Give you 30
So,
seconds to a minute to do that. Absolutely.
so our distribution date is November 22nd. It will be at TV Lounge in Detroit, Michigan on Grand River. We pick up the turkeys from Walmart Supercenter in Canton between 6 and 8. We give us about an hour and a half to drive time down. You got to factor in a lot of factors, okay? A lot of things that you have to deal with. Uh, our our ambassadors will pick up their turkeys first, the Jive Turkey ambassadors. Then we're opening up for the public. First come, first served basis, thanks to the generosity of First Independence Bank and the Rocket Community Fund. Uh, and our website is www.jiveturkeysdetroit. People can donate money. Here's a link. You can pick which vessel you want to send money. It's all tax deductible, 501c3. And again, like I said, mentioned at the top of the show, this year the excess room in the truck will be filled with pallets of canned goods. So we're just going to make it happen. I'm not leaving Canton Walmart with a half with a truck with extra valuable space in there, man. I'm gonna load
You
that
fill it
sucker up
up.
with canned goods, beans, and whatever. We'll try to make a difference, man. Make a difference in my life for at least for one day, and then we're gonna reassess and do some other good stuff.
Well, Harry Todd, you are doing the right thing. You are doing it, man. And maybe I know you hear it enough. I've known you for a long
Alpha
time.
man, I got to do this.
You got to do a good alpha man. A good alpha
This
man.
is in my heart, man. But my mom and my brother and I, we used to pack groceries at Mother Waddles years ago when I was a
Wow.
shorty. So this is something that I've been doing all my life. And even before I had a really funny name, Jive Turkeys, I used to do this on the east side at Bunch Elementary. They called me the Turkey Man. And I just, to the least of these, I care about our people. And it's not for me to get any self-aggrandizement or whatever. As I mentioned before, man, I want to put myself out of business.
But let me say this, literally and figuratively, you're no jab turkey. You are a jab turkey, but you're no jab turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
And you are absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. One more time, the date, the time, and also the website, and then we'll let you go because I know you're busy.
sure. November 22nd at TV Lounge, roughly about 10 a.m. We'll start our distribution. Our website is www.jiveturkeysdetroit.com. .org. I'm sorry. .org. .org. Yes, we get that right. It's our website. People can donate. They can see what's going on with us, and we want to encourage people. Just make a difference. And understand this: it takes you about $15 to feed a family of 10. So if you want to say, hey, you want to donate $15, that's one turkey that you have purchased for somebody else.
Mm.
So thank you, Mark S. Lee, for having me. And to all your viewers and listeners, thank you. Donate, like, share, and we'll see you.
Oh, what I want to say is congratulations in advance. All of you tuning in, please share this interview with as many people as possible. Share the conversation. This is certainly an important need in our city. And here, excuse me, Harry's fulfilling that need, that void in the city by helping people as we go into this time of the year, Thanksgiving. Obviously, we got a lot to be thankful for. We want to make other people have the opportunity to feel thankful as well. So, Harry Todd, appreciate you. Thanks again for joining me in the conference room. I'll make it a great day.
Thank you, Mark, for having me. Have a great
And
day.
for all of you, thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of In the Conference Room with Mark S. You go out, make it a great day, make it a great week, and we will check you all next time. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.